Guys, you need to get rid of your addiction that you have for women. And this is the reason why I recommend that you learn to friend zone all the women that you deal with. If you have problems with women or you haven't, I recommend trying this because when you friend zone pretty much almost every woman you meet, then you're the one that's going to have the leverage in the relationship. Plenty of times, what happens is guys will say that they're friend zoning the woman, but they let the woman friend zone them first. And I'll explain to you how you make it happen the other way. When you first meet a woman and you see that you're building rapport and you get into like maybe the level you're exchanging numbers and things like that, you have to make it clear to them that you don't want anything from them, you don't want any sex from them, and you probably will never will. And I know that seems like a gimmick, but the truth is you're going to actually have to believe this in order for it to work. And it's going to take time for you to actually build up the mindset that is realistic to what you're saying. You have to make sure that the woman understands that you're not interested in sex with them. And that's how you friend zone them outright so they know, hey, you are a friend and I'm probably not going to take you out of the friend zone. Most guys, I know for you, if you aren't very active in the bedroom, this is going to be really hard for you to do. But this is literally the only way to reverse it. So that way you start to gain leverage and you actually learn more characteristics that will help women become more attracted to you. Because when you do this, that woman is now going to be off. She's going to be off by that now. She doesn't know what to think. She's going to wonder, how come this one guy, like out of all the other guys I meet, they all do want to have sex with me or they all try to trick me into having sex with me. But I can tell that this guy is genuinely not interested in that with me. And by that alone, it's going to put you in a different category because not most guys are doing that to her. They are actually trying to be very persistent or insistent or very straightforward on what they're coming in there for, or they will try to play the friend zone route, but they'll let the woman friend zone them because they're just trying to play passive. You could just do it straight out the gate because also women respect honesty. They respect men that are straightforward, even though you may hear that they say that they like other things. But really, this is going to be the best tool that you have in your arsenal is just being straight up front and actually learning how to not need every single woman that you think is attractive. You don't have to need them. You don't have to sleep with them. And the best thing is to not want to. And it's going to take time for you to build up into that kind of man that will actually mean it because it really won't work unless you mean it. I've done this with multiple women and it works every time as far as like not even tricking them, but like say if I wanted the option down the road to deal with them in that way, since I have all the leverage because they don't even know if I even care about them or like them. Now I get to choose what I want to do with them because they are actually more leaning into I'm interested in this guy because he's not interested in me and I don't understand why. Everybody else thinks I'm attractive and I don't get why he doesn't think I'm attractive. So it does put you in a seat of having the leverage. And that's really important. This is one of the reasons why most guys actually lose out on women or women walk away from them because they have no leverage. The when a woman knows that you like her way more than she likes you, that usually doesn't turn out well. They're usually going to friends on you, or one, they're going to keep their distance from you. They're not going to treat you in the way that you want to be treated. And most guys end up just still chasing that feeling, thinking that they can do something to seduce the woman or pull them back into that particular frame. However, if you just start out with throwing them all in the friend bucket, then it will keep them guessing and wondering what's going on. And then also it helps you out because the more women that you're around, the more women that you deal with, the better that you'll actually get with communicating with women, the more that you'll learn how women work and how they think. They'll actually tell you more of their secrets and the way that they deal with other guys. And this is really important is actually understanding women. And so one of the best ways to understand women is to be around them more often and actually be friends with them. Like, I know that's a little bit off from any type of advice you hear, but actually, you should want to be friends with women because why is it that you're so desperate that you just want to always sleep with any woman that you like? Why are you so desperate that you just have to have a girlfriend if the girl's attractive or has a few qualities that you like? You should actually want to get to know the person a lot more before you do any of that as a man. Yeah, so this is why you got an addiction in your head about the thought of what you think a woman in a relationship is supposed to be, and you have to learn to kill that by friend zoning them, because now it's going to give you a chance to slow down and think logically. This is one of man's biggest and best traits we have is the way that we choose to logically think, and you have to learn to do this with women. A lot of men don't do it, but some men do rise to a certain level where you can literally just think and see and sit back and observe. And this is what you have to do, because it's nothing wrong with wanting or feeling like you need a woman, but you also have to want one that is a quality woman for you, one that actually will provide value, and you also only want the type of woman that wants you. That's the big difference. You also have to have that a woman that wants you. And you don't realize a lot of times you're dealing with women that just you like. They don't like you back in the same way. It's never going to work that way. Most of the time, the woman has to like you more. I know you don't hear that often, or maybe you do, but the woman has to like you more, no matter what you say. And I've even told women that I've dealt with this straight up, and they don't agree. But even when they don't agree, the relationship still works better when they like me more. And then they actually know it too in the end, but they're never going to admit it. Like if you like them more, you're typically chasing a woman, and the only reason you have to chase a woman is because they're not that interested. But when a woman's behind you, you know for sure they're interested, and then it's easier to proceed because you already know if you have good intentions or you're not just there for whatever you are, if you're not hiding intentions about why you're there, everything should work out generally. Overall, though, sometimes relationships just end for whatever reason. However, guys, like I said, work on building up your friend zone relationships with women, and also just try getting over the fact that you don't need to sleep with every woman. You don't need to be with every woman. You shouldn't want to. It could actually be dangerous if you're just trying to bring every woman into your life and you're trying to smash every single woman. It's actually not as fulfilling as you may think it is. If you don't believe me, it's probably because you just have not dealt with enough women. So start with this. This is going to improve your relationship and communications with women by just actually friend zoning them and not wanting and needing anything from them. So that gives you the chance to build yourself up as a man, become more independent, and learn how to enjoy your life without them. But in the end, it's nothing wrong with wanting them, but you have to make sure you are picking from a large selection and not just picking whatever comes your way.